And we'll start the news with the new discovery. The first one has been delivered to a man in Northern Ireland, and we have a picture of the event.
That's amazing!
Now, the question here, I think, is not why, but how.
How did a helicopter lift that? I mean, that's a Puma, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for sort of small tanks.
Yeah, I mean, they're
armoured
easy
personnel
compared to a
carrier.
Discovery.
I think it would have been easier to attach the helicopter to the world and pull the whole planet round until the car was near the man's house.
Less ambitious project.
Than do that.
Yeah.
We've actually got a photograph of a road in Japan, actually, that had been used as a test route for the Discovery. I think we can show that to you. There you are. That's the kind of damage you can do with one of those things.
Right, news of another car. Can I show you? It's the PT Cruiser Cabriolet. Have a look at this. Now, I have one question. I got one question. How much don't you want that car? I mean, no, seriously. It's
How much is it?
It's 17,500. Oh, I can't even look at it. 17,500 pounds.
17. I would rather eat £17,500 in pound coins.
I'd rather eat 17,500 pounds worth of gravel other than that.
You know how Socrates died?
No.
Hemlock.
He drank hemlock because the option he was offered was to have a Greek soldier, and this is true, put his fist up his bottom and pull his heart out.
Enjoy
It's a
your tea.
true story, that, or you can drink hemlock. I'd rather have the Greek soldier. Go on. Oh, this smarts. Oh, my heart's coming down my back passage, but at least I've got a PT convertible.
No, that's
Look at
perfectly
it.
fair enough.
What the hell were they thinking
at
of?
all this business.
It's so awful. Hey, now, you know the Bugatti Veyron?
That
Are you
big-
familiar? Yeah, it's this Volkswagen bought Bugatti and said, we're going to make a supercar that's got 1,000 horsepower, which sounds great, but they haven't yet worked out how such a thing might be possible.
Just said it.
They just said it. Anyway, they're still working away on it. Now, the people that were making all the sort of perfume and the leather wash bags that were going to go with it, you know, Bugatti-branded stuff, got bored with waiting, so they're all starting to launch the stuff. And the latest, right, is this watch, OK? This is a Bugatti Veyron watch that I'm wearing.
Very nice.
OK? Now, you can't see the face there because when you hold the steering wheel, OK, like this, see? That's where the face is. Because when you're holding the steering wheel, if you don't want to look at the clock on the dash for whatever reason, you can look at your wristwatch without taking your hand off the steering wheel.
Hey, that's...
Guess how much it is?
No idea.
£1,000? 140,000.
No!
And it's absolutely hideous. The ridiculous thing is that time to do it up, it took 3 men. 3 men to help me put it on. So I was like, how does this clip work? Because honestly, you need a butler to help you work that out.
That's 140 grand for a watch commemorating a car that doesn't exist.
And never will exist.
That's amazing.
Oh, I've got some very bad news. Britain's common toad, apparently, according to environmentalists, is facing extinction.
Oh, Lord.
It's going to become Britain's uncommon toad. And the reason is, according to a report I read this week, is that, well, basically, it's not your fault because you live in town. It's your fault and my fault for living in the countryside where we drive too fast. Apparently, when you're pootling along at 30 or 40 miles an hour, it's okay. But now we're doing 50 or 60, the toad is being killed.
But this doesn't make any sense. Because...
You run over a toad,
It's a dead toad, huh? I mean...
it's not going to lie there going, oh, thank God he was only going 30 in his Discovery.
Drive...
Thanks, mate. Thanks so much.
Slowly going over it. Okay, cheers.
The great thing is, of course, is you know how all of these pressure groups, they always have to have the snappy sort of sound bite. We've got a great one here, right?
Go on, what is it?
They've spent hours working on this one.
Go on.
Speed kills, and it kills more toads.
I've got to have that as a sticker. Yeah. Speed kills it.
I slow down for toads. Oh my God.
Now, from California. This is already law in California, and it might well be coming here. Dogs are going to be obliged to wear seatbelts in cars. I know, look, here's a picture. Here you go. I'll tell you what's happening here. They've taken away all our fun. We can't do anything now, can we? We can't drive fast, do anything we want to do. So, they're picking on dogs. Because, no, bear with me, you've got dogs, you know this. Dogs don't have much fun in their lives. In fact, there's only one fun thing you can do if you're a dog, and that's hang your head out the car window when it's got, and your ears like, and all this stuff. And then and another dog you make, oh, mate, goes the other way. That is all, and they're stopping doing it.
The extraordinary thing is, where's that report? Because I read that. This was my favourite bit in it, OK? It says that if you have an accident with a dog in the back and you're doing 30 miles an hour, your dog turns into a baby elephant.
Apparently so.
Your dog?
My border collie.
Not the bull mastiff,
no,
the other one.
My border collie was in a crash in a car, and she's not an elephant.
Does she not do this and get buns and hose her own back down?
No.
Like that?
She doesn't have a little monkey on her back with a fez on or anything. I've done all the standard elephant tests, and she is, as far as I can tell, still a border collie.
Is that the end of the news?
I believe so.
No, it's not the end of the news. Right, there's a whole load of race series all run around the world, and they're all rubbish. Okay, they're all boring. And a particularly boring one is the GT thing. It's for like 911s and listers. Nobody watches, and it's on Sky 48 at 3 o'clock in the morning. Anyhow, next year, Ferrari are entering it with a 575. Lamborghini are entering it with a Murcielago. Maserati have built this, which is the MC12. That's going to be in it. So it sounds great, if a bit Italian. But I've got some good news for you. This is Britain's entry. It's the Aston Martin DBR9. Now, you can buy one for £500,000, although you can't use it on the road because it's a racing car. Look. Now, look at the problem here. You see this spoiler? Cut a toad clean in half, that thing would. What we've got in essence is a DB9 chassis, DB9 body, although it's made of carbon fibre, DB9 engine, tuned to develop 600 brake horsepower. And it only weighs 1.1 tonnes. Now, you see those little carbon fibre holes down there?
These things here.
When it races in America, there are going to be lights in those, OK? And when one's on, it's winning. 2 on, second. 3 on, it's third. Now, what I want is 1 on all the time.
Yeah.